So for this week's pose of the week, we thought instead of spotlighting a specific yoga pose, we thought it would be a good idea to just discuss what our reasons are for making it to the mat for our pose of the week. Because before we can have a favorite yoga pose or pose that we want to spotlight, first we have to have somewhat of a yoga practice present to build from. So since I am initiating this communication, I will start. So I have a lot of reasons why I make it to the mat on a daily basis. So I'll just highlight a few. The first one is that I know that I'm not perfect. I struggle with the thought idea that I need to be perfect pretty much every day. So yoga helps me to remember that it's okay that I'm not perfect. And what we begin to realize as we go through our yoga practice is that perfectionism is not reality. It's not something that's based in reality. It's an ideal, it's an expectation, but it is in no way a requirement to be a human being. But sometimes we get these things in our head and we're just like, I gotta go for that. And perfectionism is definitely one of those things for me. So I need to be able to come back on a daily basis and just be aware that I don't have to be perfect and I don't have to be control. In fact, it's okay to not have control and just to let some things be. And in yoga, you know, if you've practiced yoga before, you know that there are some points where we're being asked to just be, just hang out and, you know, warrior two and just be. And that can be hard, but yoga helps me to remember that it's important to try and do that thing rather than to try and be perfect. Just try to be in whatever way that means for you in this moment. So that's one good reason. Another reason is that there's a really strange thing that happens when I come to my mat is that like the moment I step on my mat, I just like let out a big audible exhale. It's like it reminds me once I step onto my mat to breathe, which is great because, you know, we go throughout our lives every day breathing. It's totally involuntary. Thankfully, you know, it's not something that I have to be in control of, because clearly if I was in control of it, I would not breathe until I stepped onto my yoga mat. So it's a really good reminder to just let it all breathe and let it all go and breathe. And the really great thing about that is that it's a good gateway to a lot of things. That's why, you know, whenever someone's stressed or, you know, sad or angry or whatever the case may be, what's the first thing someone says to you? Just breathe, you know? So it reminds me that, you know, breathing is important. You know, aside from all the moving and the twisting and the shape shifting that we do in asana practice, which is all very good and very beneficial for the body. But if we're not breathing fully in and out while we do that, we're missing in on that great mental aspect of that calming feeling to help you really get into your body rather than just moving your body like you do on a regular basis without even being aware of it, which is what we do. So yoga helps me to remember to breathe and remember to breathe through my body rather than just move and use my body, which is important not just for yoga, but in your everyday life. And lastly, the reason why I like to make it to the mat is just because I need my quiet space to reconnect to myself and connect to something greater in whatever way that means to you. We all have to connect to something bigger than ourselves, and maybe for you that is just your yoga practice, maybe it's your spirituality or your religion, but we all need something to hold on to that's greater and bigger than ourselves. And my yoga practice and my yoga mat and that time that I take to just salute up to a higher whatever that is very important to me for my connection to myself, which helps me to better connect to those around me. So those are just a few points from my heart as to why I make it to the mat for my yoga practice. So feel free to like, comment, and share definitely, or maybe post your own videos in the comments just to let us know what your reasons are for making it to the mat today for pose of the week. And definitely look out for more live yoga classes with Brain, Body, Breath Yoga and Alexis. Thank you so much for listening. From my heart to yours, namaste.